afternoon, fans, and welcome to Plymouth Regional High School. We're here at the Gene Ross Memorial Ski Jump. My name is Zach Cattell, and alongside me is Elliot Miller.
Thanks, Zach. This should be an exciting one. It's cold out here, but we just heard the announcer compare it to Patriots game in Kansas City. You know, skiers should be comfortable and play or do their best tonight and jump as far as they can.
That's a pretty good comparison, honestly. If they want to get the best score they can, they got to be chill and composed today. But it's going to be a big one for the folks here today, all the jumpers that we have from 5 different schools. You know, we have Plymouth, Concord, Kennett, Hanover, Sunapee, and Merrimack Valley. And of each, there are at least 5. I believe there's only one school that has about 2 or 3 jumpers. But for the most part, we got a lot from each school. And they're going to have a really good opportunity to show what they have tonight. And we're going to be putting it on PBTV, so hopefully you guys have a chance to watch it when you're back at home.
Yeah, and like you said, quite a few schools here tonight. This is the only state, believe it or not, in the nation who has a competitive ski jumping league. So not only will there be a state champion named tonight, there'll be a national champion, so extra exciting. And we have some eventful awards to be tonight. We have the Gene Ross Award, and Gene Ross, who the jump is named after, is a ski jumping legend, if you will, in, like I said, not only New Hampshire, but the nation. And actually, one of his grandsons is competing here tonight, Mr. Zach Ross, an excellent jumper, and his brothers, can't remember the names off the top of my head, but that whole family, great ski jumping family, very big, talented, and that award goes to the best first-time jumper. I believe we have 2 of them are competing here tonight.
That is correct. I believe the Gene Ross Award really goes to the best skier of the day here, and it's of the rookies. So this season, if you're a first-timer, it doesn't matter, freshman through senior, this is your first year skiing. You know, you're going to have a chance to win this award today, and that's huge.
And I know you do have a Bobcat competing for that award today, and freshman Colin Roper. A very little freshman, very talented kid, and he's going off right in the beginning, I believe. And he's looking to follow up. Junior Carter Wilcox was the last Plymouth Bobcat to win the Gene Ross Award. I believe that was 2 years ago. His freshman year, he won it. And looking to get his name engraved on the little plaque in the school today.
That would be awesome. And we'd actually like to take a second to talk about Gene Ross. You know, he's helped build this program up. He helped build the first original ski jump here in 1979, and he did a lot for this program. Even after that, once he was not a student any longer, he became a coach here for a couple decades. And after that, you know, he was just sealed in fate here to be a legend. And that's why we have the ski jump here after him, and it's fantastic that they've been able to do this for him and even give the kids here a second chance at ski jumping themselves, because the jump that was originally built so far long ago, well, it seems like in 1979, not too far, but, you know, it was old and rickety, so props to them for doing this and for putting Gene's name on it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and like you said, Gene Ross deserves every bit of his name on that board, and I believe it was he was named after the jump, the jump was named after him 2 or 3 years ago when they rebuilt it, and they raised a ton of money. It made national
65
news.
grand, yeah.
In just a couple of days, and we have a beautiful jump here tonight.
Well, fantastic. Thank you very much, Elliot. And we're going to be getting towards the jumps here very soon, so we'll be right back with that. Welcome back, fans, of the 2019 NHIAA ski jump competition. We're here. Maya Holmes currently on her first run. Pretty great jump to start the day. She's going to be pleased with that one. What do you think, Elliot?
Good start to the day. She is a Gene Ross competitor for this one, so that's a great start. Looks like she jumped solid 12, 13 meters maybe to get started. And
we're just going to be waiting on the results from the PA announcer.
They do a combined score between how far you jump and your style points that 2 judges combined come up with a decision, and then with that they come up with your score subtracted. I think the distance is subtracted from that line, and that red line.
That makes sense, yep. So you're basically getting down there as far as you can, right to that K line, but also keep that form and you're going to get a good score.
Yep, you want to get technique. I was talking to, he's not jumping tonight, but Nate Warren was telling me that when you jump off, you really just got to commit. And if you don't commit, then you're not going to do so great, and you might even end up crashing and hurting yourself at the end. So
very true. It's a huge mental game. We've already seen that and heard plenty of that. Up next, we believe Sylvie Briston. It is from
Kennett, looking for their 3rd state championship in a row tonight. National championship, too.
Here she goes on the in run, SYLVIE. First jump, maybe getting some of the jitters out there. Not quite as far as Maya Holmes on that first run, but, you know, she's still got 2 more, and there's maybe what she takes, you know, to get back into the groove of things to find her perfect run.
Yeah, right there. It looked like she was a little hesitant to come off the jump. Still getting used to it. Sometimes those warm-up runs don't quite get you in the feel of the jump, but still getting used to it.
There's also not so many people around watching you do it, no?
Yeah, exactly. The pressure's on.
Got more fans here this time.
It's a state championship. I mean, she's probably never been in this position before, maybe.
Right now on the in run, Dina HERTOG-RAZ. Good jump there from her.
It's a solid jump. Another Hanover jumper right there. Doing very well, that team. Solid.
We do have to remind you again, the Jean Ross participants are only, you know, this is their first year getting on the ski jump, and we do have a couple of them here. I believe Caleb Morris, Colin Roper, Felix Estes, and as we said earlier, Maya Holmes. So it's the best score out of those 4 here today that are going to earn the Jean Ross Award.
You mentioned Maya Holmes competing for that award. If she wins it tonight, she will be the first female to ever win the award. So that could be an interesting turnaround. There was one close, I know, but Adam Means beat her by, it was like just over 2 meters.
Yeah, we were hearing about that right before we got here.
So
up now, getting set for her run, Emily Barker from Plymouth.
First Plymouth jumper here tonight. Got to feel comfortable coming down right now.
Home turf. She goes. She didn't get so much speed on that in run, and I think it really hurt her there.
Yeah, looks like she landed about just after 8 meters right there. It's a tough one, but she'll get used to it. The jitters in, and I think this is her first state championship, so she's
it's a big day.
It is
for a lot of people.
It's quite the crowd here today, so maybe not used to so many people watching them, all the eyes on you, and it's not like football or soccer when they're looking at a team, they're looking at you. You're the only person going down there, so.
Very true.
It's
you know,
a lot
I don't think about that aspect, especially when you're up there. The lights are all, you know, beaming down on you, just you.
Gotta feel like a famous person on stage.
Some people must eat it up, and some may shy away from it. And you know, if you're up there doing what you're doing right now at this state championship, you gotta think that you're feeling it.
You know, knowing Emily, she is a very quiet girl, very nice, but not the most outgoing person. So that might have gotten to her head a little bit. But still, look for her to really have a solid 2nd and 3rd jump.
Up now, NADIA VANDYNE for Kennett on her in run. She gets a good leap off the end there. What could you see for the number? What was the meters down there?
Looked like she was in between 10 to 12 meters. It looks like we don't have the greatest view from up here, but based off of what the judges were saying, it was a decent jump. Kennett, solid winter sports programs overall. I know I watched the basketball game the other night, and they're just an outstanding team, 16-0, and overall skiing. I do Nordic, and they're almost unbeatable. It's insane.
That's what I was reading today. It's actually incredible with some of the competing teams here today. You know, like you said, Kennett, they got 4 championships from ski jumping over the past 16 years since 2003. And we'll get right to the jumper now. It's Sabin Mitchell. Mitchell on her in run. She goes, getting a great jump down. Probably one of the farthest ones we've seen so far today.
Yeah, I think that was the farthest one we've seen today. Great jump right there by Sabin. And like you said, Kennett, a tough ski school, and they really hammer that down up there in North Conway. And I know they've won multiple championships, but they're a Plymouth rival. I mean, Bobcats they don't want them to come to their home turf.
It's very true.
Take that state championship away from them.
No, they're not going to let it go easy, that's for sure.
They're going to battle hard tonight, especially with so many seniors jumping out there tonight.
And you got to wonder if they may have put the Plymouth jumpers right after the Kennett ones here, because we do have Holly Hoyt up to the plate now on her in run.
Holly Hoyt, excellent jumper here. Been doing this for many years.
Picking up a good amount of speed there, just not any elevation coming off of the end, unfortunately. Really doesn't get too far.
Right there, coming off the jump. Looks like she kind of really extended her knees a little bit late and didn't get just enough to go as far as she can. But again, it's all or nothing. Like, you either have a great jump or you don't. And she still has 2 more opportunities, so look for her to have some excellent jumps.
Very true. Moving on to the next jumper, Kennett. It's Elizabeth Karosky here.
Another Kennett one. After this, we have 2 Plymouth ones. Aubrey King, the screamer.
That's what they were saying beforehand. It's, you know, everyone's got their own little thing jumping, and hers is screaming.
Yeah,
so.
and she's a senior, and she's had a successful ski jumping career. And I mean, hey, whatever works.
Yeah, no kidding.
What? Crowd's got to love it. I mean,
it's got to give you a little bit of boost, or at least feel like you got a little bit of boost.
Yeah,
just letting it go.
You know, people love watching her. She's a fun girl to watch.
There she is, Elizabeth Karosky with a great jump there.
Another wonderful Kennett jump. Their coach really teaching them how to get that max amount of air that they can and really spring off those skis and get off the jump and just go as far as they can.
So we haven't gotten the scores back yet. So we'll probably be bringing those to you at the end of these runs. It should be in a couple here. We're going to find out more information on that for you guys and let you know in a bit.
There she is, Aubrey King. One people have been waiting for. She got a big cheer when her name was announced.
You see people on the sidelines getting giddy right now, her friends.
Yeah, there are many of her friends here. She's friends with a lot of exchange students, so they're all out to support her tonight. And it's her last meet, sadly, and I'm sure she's going to soak in every bit of this one.
And here she is on the in-run. Great speed going into it and a great jump. Getting the farthest of the Plymouth jumpers we've seen so far. Aubrey King, not too bad. And you know what? I think I was either busy talking, I didn't hear the screams.
Oh, no, I could hear it squeak out of her a little bit, but right there, excellent jump by Aubrey King. And you know what? It doesn't get better than that for your first jump, and that's good for her. Build that confidence, and she can really build off of that experience these 4 years and not that jump too, and just have a great second and third round and maybe help the Bobcats take home this state championship.
That would be fantastic. And another Plymouth jumper up on the in-run. It's Holly Mason. She's getting set up.
Holly Mason, excellent student athlete. She's a ski meister, and I don't know how she does it. Keep this play. She does Nordic, downhill, and ski jumping, and she maintains those grades. And I believe she's a B student, and
that's unbelievable.
I don't know how she doesn't miss every
Kudos.
Friday. Yeah, kudos to her. Quite the athlete.
Now here we see her on the in-run. Holly Mason getting a lot of speed and with a little V formation across the skis. It's her own little technique, and it seemed to work out for her there. She got some great distance off that jump.
Great job by Holly Mason right there. She is one of those families, the Mason family. Her sister Laurel was unable to jump tonight. She took a hard fall last ski jumping meet, got a concussion, bumped up her knee a little bit. But
bounce right back though.
Yep, she's fine. She doesn't have a doctor's note, so she can't compete tonight. So that's unfortunate. But again, Holly Mason, 4-year senior, has been jumping for 4 years, and she really has excelled. And right there, you just saw her experience come out and show.
Yeah, we'll have to see what she does on her next jumps. But for now, we're moving on to a Kennett jumper, SHEA MULKERN.
Jumping into the boys, it looks like. One of the first Kennett ones.
We have yet to have a Sunapee jumper. As I did mention earlier, they were one of the schools with only a couple jumpers, but as we said, you know, it's more unique that there aren't so many people here, but it's more unique so that we're even here doing this because, you know, as we said earlier, it was shut down in the NCAA ski jumping in 1980, and that's a huge hit to extending any chance of getting into the ski jumping game after high school. So a lot of high schools after that really canceled out their programs, and it's been hard to keep them going. So to even be here today for this national ski jumping competition here at Plymouth Regional High School, it's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. And I remember talking to famous football coach Chuck Lenahan about this. He used to be the athletic director at Plymouth Regional High, and he used to brag that, like, the ski jumping, like, not only were they state champions, they were national champions. He took that very proud. Like you mentioned, NCAA, it's hard. It rippled down. Like, once they shut that down, it rippled down throughout the nation. And eventually, all the states except for New Hampshire shut down their programs.
Stepping up on the in-run currently here, SHEA MULKERN. Great speed and hitting the jump. Just can't get enough height there at the end to get himself up into the air and gain some more flight. would you say for the meters?
Between 12 and 13.
Okay.
Looks like for me, that's what it seemed like. But,
Still has 2 more runs to improve that. And,
yeah.
you know, from the speed that he gained on the in run, it seems like he could definitely do a better score than that. And I'm sure he'll find himself with a better score.
Yeah, I mean, he is a Kennett jumper, and we know that he's that coaching up there for all skiing and really all sports is unbelievable. And, you know, like right there, it looked like he didn't get that max spring I talk about off his skis. It looked like it was just a little bit late. And so look for him to improve on his second and third run.
Talk about different schools here. I believe we have Sunapee up next. Josh Hano. Oh, excuse me, as Noah King up next for Merrimack Valley. Skipping over one.
He is the only Merrimack Valley jumper here tonight. I know his parents were up here earlier talking, trying to find out which one when he was going off, and he got a big cheer tonight, so it looks like he's got some friends and family in the crowd.
That's what you like to see.
Yeah,
and I'm sure he's appreciating that as well up there right now.
Yeah.
Noah King.
Got the jitters, probably. Only one from Merrimack Valley.
Yeah, can you imagine? Everyone just down here looking at you.
Yeah. I got to admit, I'd be nervous myself.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, Noah King getting ready. I think we got the judges down here waiting to get the flag up, get some people out of the way. And, you know, I was reading earlier about some ski jumping events, and most of what people were saying is when they start getting up there and, you know, they sit down, they get ready to go, and something like this happens where, you know, something uncontrollable down here keeps them up there, it gets them thinking a little bit more, and they start to play mind games with themselves. It can be a little bit harder to get your best jump when you're up there, maybe getting colder and you're starting to think about it. But we'll see what Noah can do here, Noah King.
Yeah, like you mentioned, it's almost weird because it's such a physical sport, but it's also mental. And like you can let it get to your head, and it can really affect your jump. And maybe you can be such a great athlete and be a great ski jumper, but if you let it get to your head, you can sometimes not get that release point right off and not do the best. Looks like we have some confusion here, something going on.
I believe I was right. This is Josh Hano up next. I believe the announcer, public address announcer, did say Noah King. I was confused for a moment, but I'm getting word that it is Josh Hano up there, and can confirm that with the number that is on his chest, number 15.
It is Josh Hano from Sunapee. Still, one of the few. Do not have too many jumpers here tonight. No girls.
Really got some confusion going down here.
Yeah, we have one of the judges standing in the runway, making sure no one goes off. I don't know what's going on. If there's confusion in the bib list or...
Talk about Plymouth, though, and their ski jumping past. You know, Plymouth, I believe they've won 3 championships in ski jumping, and their first was in 2011, and they had the back-to-back year in 11 and 12. And they've won one in, was it 2015 or 2016, I believe, just recently?
I think it was 15.
15.
I believe so, because I think Kennett's won the past 2.
Yep.
And then
Hanover, I think, won one before that.
Yeah, won one before that.
And it's really been a battle, you know, between Hanover and Kennett in the past 3 to 4 years. They've been going back and forth at it in the ski jumping.
But you can't rule Bobcats out. I mean,
never.
It's their home jump. They have so many seniors jumping tonight, and they really want to come out here and give the crowd what they want. They don't want those Kennett Eagles coming.
They want the
steal
championship
it.
back in their hands right now.
They want it bad. They want another banner on the wall.
Josh Hano stepping up in the in run here. Gets his skis up a little bit too high. Looked like he may have been able to get a little bit more distance had he have kept those tip of the skis down just a little bit longer. Not too bad of a run, though.
Yeah, overall, that was good for Josh Hano. Great job. Did get the backs of his skis kind of caught in the snow. It raises tips a little too much, but overall, I mean, that's one thing you learn. So your first run and your second and third are always going to improve if you just do the same thing and learn from your mistakes you made.
Caleb Morris now, Gene Ross participant, getting a lot of speed and a great jump. Plenty of distance there and had some good form to add to it. It's going to be a good score for his first run. Caleb Morris, everybody from Hanover.
Right there, great start, especially if you're going for the Gene Ross Award. I mean, that's a hard, that sets the bar right there.
No kidding.
Got their work cut out for them. And I mean, I couldn't even count how many meters that was from my angle. That was a great jump right there.
Impressive rookie jump. Stepping up next, Colin Roper, also another Gene Ross, participant here.
Yeah, gonna try to compete with Caleb Morse there. Try to keep him on his toes and really go. Colin, not the biggest kid, great athlete though, been skiing his entire life, so should be cool to see him come off here competing for such a big award.
Roper trying to bring the championships as well as the Gene Ross Award back to Plymouth State University. It's funny, it's nice to learn, you know, with the PA announcers over here to our left, they're giving so much information on each jumper. It really, you know, gets everybody else so involved. Even if you're not a fan of this particular team that's up there, it makes you really start to feel for the single participant that's doing it.
Well, we were talking about this in the pregame, like while we were off the air, but really this is such a unique sport. I mean, we were talking about how they have volunteers as the judges, and if you did that in any other sport, I mean, imagine parents out there at football games reffing like
basketball games.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, that would not fly, but it's such a community event. It's nice to see. There's no harsh feelings, nothing. And I mean, it would be great for the Bobcats to come away, but either way, it's going to be a great event here tonight.
Here we are setting up for Colin Roper.
I bet he's nervous.
Gets a good amount of speed and comes close. It's going to be real close with Caleb Morse's run on that last one, but you know, Colin Roper on this one got the speed coming down the in run and kept his form well.
I'm blown away. That was impressive. Roper, like I mentioned, not the tallest kid, but he really did a great job extending his body, making his weight go forward and getting his maximum amount of air that he went down. And right there, like I mentioned, he's got to keep Morse on his toes so that Morse doesn't, like, he already had a great jump, but he's got to keep improving on his second and third runs to snag that Gene Ross Award right up. But right there, Colin Roper keeping him on his toes. Great
got
job.
a chance. Both of them are in it still. Up next for Lebanon, Isla Wheel.
Lebanon, all these schools are really just great ski schools. I know Leb and Hanover are our rivals in Nordic skiing, and I know in downhill, Kennett is too, and tough competitors.
Isla Wheel there, getting a good jump. It seemed like she had plenty of speed coming in, and looked like she got a good spring as well.
Decent spring, decent speed. Didn't really exactly get her momentum all the way forward, but I'm sure her coach will tell her on her second and third runs, really kind of get your body out there in front of those skis and try to make sure that all your momentum's going forward.
There's so much that goes into this, and you know, the biggest thing has got to be just keeping your momentum forward, you know, because as soon as you sit on that, your skis hit first, and that's it, you know. But as you go down, the hill gradually becomes more and more steep to a degree. And then once you get to that certain point, it's like that sweet spot that you just want to hit. And we haven't seen anybody hit that exactly yet, but you know, definitely the closest there were Caleb Morse and Colin Roper.
Well, and a lot of these kids have only been ski jumping for 4 years, or in Colin Roper's case, this is his first year.
Yep.
But they've been downhill skiing their entire life. They've been on skis ever since they were babies, so they're used to that leaning forward aspect, keeping your momentum down the hill. And so that's huge here in ski jumping.
Stepping up now, SYLVIA Dalton. It's a fantastic amount of speed coming down the in run and a great jump as well. She's going to earn herself a great score.
Good, solid
jump.
jump.
17.5 meters for her. She's from Sunapee as well. Have to mention that. There's only a few of them here today.
Yeah. That was one of the better girl jumps we've seen here today. Good job by SYLVIA Dalton. And you gotta, I mean, these boys, they're tough to compete with. We saw Colin Roper, just a little guy, and he got a great jump right there. SYLVIA Dalton really maxing out her speed and getting the max amount of air she can.
I've heard you just have to send it.
Send it.
You just have to send it. You can't really think about it too much and just put everything you got into it. But like as you said earlier, though, it was making me think about, you know, basically like baseball and golf. You know, if you get that golf swing going, you're going to suck at baseball, but quite the opposite with you know, your alpine and your ski jumping. Here we are now, though, Leah Thomas on the in run, doing a great job. Got 14 meters there.
Good job by Leah Sullivan. Solid jump for her and the Concord squad. Not many of them tonight. It is a big school down in Concord, but schools from all different sizes. Sunapee's not a very big school. And you have Kennett and Plymouth, who are fairly equal, both in Division II, but Concord always top, in other sports, top D1 competitors.
Yep.
Tough school.
Yeah, when you have so many kids like that, you got to be D1. You know, there's some rules and regulations on that. But for for this case, we have schools of all divisions coming together now, and you know, it's great that they're able to do this, but it's also necessary because there are only a few schools that are still running the ski jumping program. Up next here, though, Sophie Mitchell from Hanover. Sophie looking to get a great jump on her first run. She sets up. Good form coming down in the in run and gets way down there. Sophie Mitchell with an impressive run for the girls so far.
That was quite the jump by Mitchell right there. She had great form coming down. You could tell she really put the maximum. Looks like her spring was just a little bit off timing, but still got some incredible air. But if she can find that sweet spot into when to release and really jump off those skis, she could go 1-2 meters further than that.
It's a name to keep an eye on there, Sophie Mitchell. And up next is John Ulrichsen of Plymouth.
Your home Plymouth Bobcat right here. Another, I think he's a sophomore this year, so jumped last year. And I'm guessing this is his second state championship. He competed for the Gene Ross Award last year. And like you were mentioning about how the PA announcer's given a little biography about all these, all the jumpers, and it is interesting. Like all these, it's interesting to hear about the kids and see like, oh, this kid has a 4.0 GPA and stuff like that. And John just jumping right there, solid jump. It's like he got between 13, 14 meters down there. It's a great kid, and I got to know John this year. I wasn't here last year, but I met him this year, and he's a very, very good kid. His sister Ashley actually just got into, I believe it was West Point.
Wow.
And so
Very
very
good
family. Yeah, and John, wonderful kid.
John managing to get a 15.5 there. Not bad. I think we were missing a couple on the first run there, the beginning here. But we do have the rest of the times for the others, or meters rather. Up now on the in run at the top there, Griffin McAuliffe of Kennett.
Just saying, this is his second year. Looks like he's a sophomore. Graduating.
They're really starting to get into pace here up there. Everyone kind of getting in the flow, and you know, they're sitting down and going. That's it. Here's McAuliffe coming down the in run with plenty of speed and a great jump off the tip of the jump there. It's funny to see some of them stop down at the end. You know, you don't have much space to stop down there, so
no,
it's kind of a complete halt.
Yeah, and actually there is a field down there, and so if you go down to that field, there's a big turn. And so
oh, thank goodness.
If there is an emergency, you can't stop. You just kind of got to angle yourself and turn into that field, and then you have some space to stop. But yeah, it's pretty ski. There's not much room down there, especially if you have such a far jump and a lot of speed coming down.
Well, for McAuliffe, it's a good run there. We did not hear his time or his distance there. Up next, Aaron Bennett from Sunapee. Bennett already setting himself up there, checking his skis, making sure everything's good to go, and here he is, folks. Good form coming up, and a great jump. Gets a little reaction from the crowd there.
Keep an eye on him. I was really impressed with that jump. Great form coming down. And again, not the most knowledgeable person about ski jumping, but that looks like some wonderful form. And I'm sure his coach is going to critique him a little bit and say, look, dude, you really got an opportunity to have one of the better jumps at this meet. And if you just do this one little thing, tweak something, maybe with his stance or something, get down a little lower, he can excel, and really watch for his second and third runs.
Well, certainly, we're going to be checking him out. Stepping up next, Concord jumper Lizzie Summerlin.
Taking her time up there. People just wanted to get going. You saw Aaron Bennett really he kind of just got up there and went. He wanted
no
to
kidding.
Get done with. Doesn't want to be sitting up there for too long.
He kind of set the pace.
Yeah, pressure builds up a little. It's like watching Chris Sale pitch on this. He just goes.
Very true. One after the other. You can't avoid the strikes. See here if Lizzie Summerlin is going to be pitching any strikes right now. Decent form stepping in. And gets a pretty great jump.
That was a good jump, Lizzie Summerlin, excuse me. If she just got down a little bit lower, she could have gone much farther than that.
A little bit better of the form on the in run there. You know, she definitely could have got a couple more meters.
I'm sure. Again, these first runs are just they're almost like a trial run. You have your warm-ups and stuff, but really this is when you're used to the people looking at you after your first run. So your second and third are really where you see
full mental focus.
Yeah, really where you see who stands out and stuff.
Especially when you need it. You know, you start to see the scores, you start to see where you're at in the standings, and you got to know what you have to put up. And that can be tougher. Sitting down at the top now is TRISTAN MEYER from Hanover. Likes to play golf.
Yeah,
toss that in there.
We got a golfer in here. It's an interesting sport choice. Golf and ski jumping.
TRISTAN now, good form. And a great jump off the end, gets way down there. Wow.
That was quite the jump. You see there's some pine needles down there to mark some areas, and she looks like back of her skis did touch that first row of pine needles. That was quite the jump right there. Great form coming down too. Perfectly timed spring.
TRISTAN doing a great job there. And Cam Donnell of Plymouth sitting down, getting himself ready at the top of the in-run. What do you have to say about Cam?
Cam's a great kid, you know. I've known Cam for 4 or 5 years. He's a really good kid, and I was watching him take warm-ups, and I've only seen him ski jump one or two times, and I think last time he was a sophomore. And so that was 3 years ago now, but I was really impressed with what I saw from him in warm-up, so expect a big jump right here from Cam.
Cam Donnell on the in-run. Here he is, folks. Gets a lot of speed and a great jump. Matching TRISTAN's. That's going to be tough to beat.
Right there. I like that. Cam Donnell coming out. This is his last ski jumping meet of his career.
23.5 meters. Wow, Cam Donnell, great job, buddy.
Right there. PA announcer even giving him credit. You know you did well when you can hear that down there and you're walking off.
Say that's as good as it gets.
Right there. Great job by Cam Donnell.
Definitely going to be the score to beat of the day so far, and Cam's definitely feeling great about that one.
Right here, you get to see Plymouth's most talented jumpers coming up. I know we have Adam Means up here in a couple next. After that, Ethan Whitman, and then man of the hour, Zach Ross. This is his time to shine. Grandfather's jump right here, and he's
it's a huge day.
He is impressive. I have to admit, he is an impressive kid.
Evan Eldridge now gets his jump off the in run, and it's not a bad one. It looks like he could have picked up a little bit more speed. It's tough, you know, when you have different body types, you got to find your own little form and style. It's going to work for you to get the speed up, and then even in the air, whatever you're comfortable with. So it looks like a lot of these jumpers have different styles of approaching this.
Yeah, like you said, different body types. I mean, Colin Roper is just a little guy, probably about 5 feet tall. If you saw him compete right there with Caleb Moore, who looked significantly taller than him, and he just jumped right there. So even though you're just little, like, size isn't necessarily an advantage if you have great technique like Roper.
Very true. Stepping up now, Parker Reed from Sunapee is a ski meister.
Kudos to them. I really don't know how they do it.
All three of them, Alpine, Nordic, and ski jumping.
Yeah.
There he is now. Wow. That's some great form on the jump there. 21 meters, they say, for Parker Reed of Sunapee.
Excellent jump right there by Parker Reed. Really got his tips in the air. Lower those a little bit, maybe get the aerodynamics down just a bit.
Out of anyone, I think he had, in my opinion, what I've seen from ski jumping, he had one of the best forms. You know, his skis were so close up to his face, and he got all of his momentum going forward, and I think it was just a little bit more speed on the in-run there, and he would have had more of a distance.
Yeah, look for him. Again, there's a bunch of people, I gotta say. Look for them on their second and third runs. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but it's true. I mean,
we'll remind you. Don't worry about it.
It's gonna be an exciting second and third round. There's so many talented jumpers here tonight, and we've seen quite a few get in the 20s. Cam O'Donnell with a nice jump there, and same with Roper and Moore. So I'm really excited to see who comes away with that award because they're so close right now.
Cam Broku up now for Concord. Cam, unfortunately, looks like he just didn't get any spring off the tip of that jump there. I think it hurt him a little bit, but, you know, he's going to have 2 more opportunities to get back up there and do it again. Something to learn from there.
And like I mentioned earlier, you just got to commit. You got to go all in.
Yep.
If you hesitate just a little bit, you can get yourself hurt, and you're not going to get your best jump. And so right there, if he just committed a little bit more, he could have had a much better jump. But overall, solid job.
Felix Estes, excuse me, stepping up for Hanover, sitting down right now at the top of the in-run. And he is also a Gene Ross participant.
He's got his work cut out for him, though, right here with Roper and Morse's jumps. He knows where he's got to get to right now.
Big jump from Roper earlier, and yeah, you're right. You know, if anything, that's what he's looking at right now. Here we are, Estes. Unbelievable. That looked like perfect form, and you know, he got enough speed to get himself down there. Gonna listen for this one.
21 meters.
Saying 21 meters, wow. You know, I can't see, a couple people in our way right now blocking a bit, but it's hard to see the meters, and that looked from what he did up here on the in-run and how he started his form, it really looked like he was about to get 23 or 24 right there.
This Gene Ross award, it's pretty exciting. I mean, you got 3 freshman skiers right now.
Pulling up numbers.
Yeah, who are all of them in the 20s, if not very close to the 20s, and Roper is, I think, probably has the shortest one right now, but still got 2 jumps left between those 3. They're really going to battling out tonight.
Here you see Adam Means, Plymouth, the great jump there. Means on his first jump.
Right there, Means.
Figure out what he's got. Waiting on the results here.
Means an outstanding jumper, 4-year senior.
20.5, yeah, not too bad.
Not too bad, half a meter short of Cam's, but still solid job by these Plymouth jumpers here tonight. Yeah, and PA announces Ryan in the crowd. This is the first of 3. I mean, you still, Adam Means, he can do better than that. He knows that.
Most certainly.
And didn't look like that was his best jump, but still right there, you saw how talented he was. He didn't come off the jump really with that max spring, but he still got 20.5 meters. And
someone to remember definitely for round 2.
Oh yeah, he'll be looking at that. I know I've seen some people taking videos of their jumps, and they'll be looking at film, if you will, watching film.
Here's Sean Morgan stepping up on the in-run currently. Did a great job himself. Got a lot of fans in the crowd there cheering him on. Going to be hearing what he just scored. 19 meters.
A lot of solid jumps tonight. 19, 20, 21. Seeing a couple up in the lower 20s. It's good to see. Good to see the community coming together, cheering for not only their home team but also the rivals. I mean, you see Plymouth is impressed. If Kennett does a good job, they're impressed with them, and vice versa as well.
Very true. Up next at the top of the in-run here, Lane Smith setting up.
One of the few Sunapee jumpers here tonight.
He just sends it, and he looks like he's ready for this one. He most certainly is as he gets down there pretty far.
Close to 20 meters in my opinion. Look,
very close to 20
jump.
meters.
22,
They're going to give him 22 right on that. That's, I believe, in maybe top 5. Definitely top 5. I was going to say top 3 if anything. It could be 3rd.
Right there. Good job. Didn't look like he got his max amount of speed coming down the in-run, but still, if he can improve 22 meters, I mean, yeah, hell of a jump right there. Kurt Van Fleet from Concord's up next.
Kurt Van Fleet, he's setting himself up there. And it's good to mention that these skis are actually, well, obviously, if you can see, they're quite bigger than normal skis, and they weigh a little bit more as well. It's to sustain the hit that they take when they land, and their boots are also special as well in the fact that they're a little bit more cut off in the back and higher in the front so they can get that distance with their skis. Here we are here with Kurt Van Fleet. Decent jump for him.
Decent jump. 17 meters it looks like. I was going to say 16, 17 meters about. A lot of solid jumps here tonight. Like you mentioned, their skis are significantly longer than what you're used to in alpine skis. And when I was driving and I was watching all the competitors coming down with them, and they come down from the football hill and ski down.
Evan Nichols now gets some great air time off of that one. Wow. Folks, if you couldn't see that as well at home, he was flying.
22, 23 meters, it looks like they finally called it.
Say 23 on that one?
23.
Wow.
PA announcer's telling you, gotta watch for that one.
I love it.
Right here, now you got Ethan Whitman coming up. Ethan, great kid, senior again. Yep,
senior captain right there.
4-year jumper. Look for him to have a great jump here.
Lead the way, Ethan Whitman.
Ethan, wonderful runner too, I know, in cross-country running. Very talented in that.
Ethan, wonderful runner, Whitman.
He goes down.
It's great speed already. Very close there to getting a hard land, really. You know, if that tip of the ski actually connected there with the ground, that could have been a lot worse. He kind of saved himself. I think he had a lot of speed on the in run, and then the form coming off the base of the jump there, getting that spring wasn't all together, and it may have been a mental error there.
Yeah, right there. Ethan Whitman may have let it get to his head a little bit. I've seen him jump. He can do much better than that.
Something he's got to shake off right now.
Yeah, got to shake it off, and I'm sure he'll look to improve on that second and third run. Really watch him in the future.
ZACK GRZESIK. Great form there. V formation within the skis. ZACK doing a great job for Kennett.
Like 21 meters. 23 meters.
23 meters on that one. And, you know, that's got to be due in part to his formation there with his skis and how he got that much distance. It didn't look like it from the amount of speed that he had.
It didn't, and it's hard to tell. I mean, once you get down to the hill, it's hard to tell from here because they're jumping too far.
Yeah,
almost. But there's the judges down there doing a solid job.
Stepping up now and currently going, and Cameron Somerton of Sunapee takes a hard hit and falls down. Cam is back up though. He's a little bit shaken up.
Yeah, he's all good. He immediately rolled over, gave the heads up. Got 24-meter jump, though, and I'm sure he'd tell you might have been worth the fall if he's okay. He looks...
Wow. Yes, sir. PA announcer really stating the obvious, and I love it. He really did put his body on the line for that one. He got all out there, and like we said earlier, you just got to send it sometimes.
Got to send it.
That was the motivation y'all needed there.
Got to commit, and he really got his body leaning all the way forward, and his skis and body were pretty close together. And right there, had to have been top 3, maybe even the longest jump of the night.
Eben Bragg now for Concord, setting up at the top now, 42.
Bragg, a wonderful cross-country skier, competed against him a couple times. He's a sophomore. He knocked me out of U16s my freshman year.
No.
But no, great kid.
Got a little bit now.
Great kid. Wonderful skier.
Bragg now. Really got some distance on that one. Eben Bragg. 20 meters. Not too bad. Now he's stepping up into the pocket there on his first run, and he's got himself in a good selection of jumpers right now.
Yeah, and right now, I mean, if you hit that 20+ mark, that's outstanding right there. And I mean, we've seen 10, probably maybe even closer to 15 jumpers reach that tonight, and a lot of them have gone 22, 23+. Seen 124, I believe. But that's right there. That's an incredible milestone to reach.
Mason Winter catching flight. Those skis are wings for him, Mason Winter of Hanover. 23.5 meters.
23.5. Wow. Right there, Mason Winter. Great jump right there. But more importantly, right now we have Zach Ross getting a big applause from the crowd. He's the man of the hour.
Definitely a fan favorite you hear from the crowd. You're right.
Gene Ross's grandson taking his time. He goes off.
Really giving himself a push off that in run and takes flight. Looks like he's got the farthest jump so far from what it seems. Incredible speed. You know, he really pushed off the top of that in run. 24 meters.
For Zach Ross.
There it is. I think Zach Ross is the leader at the moment.
I think he's tied. I forget
was it 24.5 or 23.5?
24. I think someone else had 24, maybe 24.5.
Close. Very close.
He's going to put it's his last meet. He's going to put everything on the line, really go all out. And just like he said, he's going to just send it.
Gotta love what you've seen so far from the Plymouth group. They've all really competed well so far today. And I believe we're going to be getting going on the second flight.
Second flight, and these second ones are probably where you're gonna see the best jumps of the meet tonight. I mean, you're gonna see it's where they're really in the zone.
Definitely.
They're used to being up there on the center stage and everyone looking at them and stuff, and they're really in their mode, in their mental game is strong right now, and they're not tired yet. Their physical ability is still there, and the third jump is good. You're more in the mental game, but your physical ability will be watered down.
Not exactly sure who they're calling to run that last one. Was it SHEA MULKERN? It was from Kennett, SHEA MULKERN. He was supposed to be jumping first in this flight, and not really sure what happened with that. But you know, we get him in the back end of this first flight, and now first round is over. We're going to be heading to the second flight. Welcome back, fans, to Plymouth Regional High School, where we're set to get ready for the second flight here at the Gene Ross Memorial Ski Jump. We saw a great first flight of jumpers from a total of 5 different schools: Plymouth, Concord, Kennett, Hanover, Merrimack Valley, and Sunapee. And what do you have to say about that first flight, Elliot?
I was really impressed. I mean, I started off decent, couple, but really you got towards the end and you saw the more talented jumpers. You saw, starting with Cam Donnell, really setting that mark with, I think it was 21-meter jump right there.
Yeah.
And then after that, you hit Zach Ross at the end, who was hitting 24.
Crazy.
It's insane. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if you saw someone hit 25 and a half maybe, if you get there. But really, I was impressed with the first round. But in this second round, look for some of the candidates who struggled to get off. Really, like you said, the mental game up there. Sometimes letting it get to their head. And Ethan Whitman, we saw, had a rough first jump. But they still got 2 more opportunities. They know that. So they're not going to let it get to their heads too much. And they're used to being on the center stage, being the center point of attention, main point of attention.
Yep.
And so
you got to figure the second flight, you know, definitely you're going to find a lot more carefree runs right now. It's that time between, you know, whether or not you did well in that first flight or not. If you didn't do so well, you might find yourself trying to do something a little bit different here, try to get as many points as you can, really send yourself out there. And, you know, it really makes a difference. It's going to be tough to see, though, getting into the third flight as well. And, but to start this, I'm not sure if we're going to have SHEA MULKERN up here or Noah King. I think we're going to hear the PA announcer. Oh, we are starting back on our first list here. Excuse me. Starting with Maya Holmes. Cannot forget about her, of course. She's one of the Gene Ross participants in running for that award tonight.
That competition, I'm really excited to see who comes away with that. Can't wait. You saw Caleb Morris and Colin Roper back-to-back put together some great jumps. And then later on we saw FELIX ESTES put together another fantastic jump, both of them within 1 to 2 meters of each other. Who's going to come in with that award? I don't know, but it's going to be an exciting one tonight. Yeah,
they're going to be awarding that, I believe, in the cafeteria of Plymouth Regional after this. But here we are, Maya Holmes. I think that was a better run than her first. She's going to be happy with that.
Yeah, right there, 18.5 meters. We saw her kind of be a little hesitant her first time off the jump, but right there, that's the mentality that not only her, but a lot of those jumpers who didn't really exercise their maximum ability the first time have to take. You just got to go all out. I mean, it's your last meet of the year. You just got to send it. You got to go all out off that jump, get that maximum spring, and just lean forward and don't hesitate.
I wish I could give some more insight as to what you got to do that, but I don't know if I'd put myself up there. I gotta say, it's a little scary.
Yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking. I've been up there, not to ski jump, just I've gone up there a couple times, and it's a little nerve-wracking. You're kind of, I don't really know what's going to happen.
Can you imagine the old ski jump prior to them building the Gene Ross Memorial?
Yeah, I heard stories from people that when you were up there and the wind was blowing, it kind of went back and forth a little bit.
Side to side?
Yeah.
Well, here's SYLVIE Bruston of Kennett. Form not the best, but definitely getting a lot more speed than her first run there. SYLVIE just kind of waving her hands as she gets off the tip of that jump, and I think it's going to take some points away from her in the style aspect.
Yeah, 13.5 right there. Still a decent jump, not too bad. But overall, look for her to improve. Kennett jumper, great coaching, and I'm sure that not only just Kennett, but all the coaches right now are talking to their competitors, saying, you got to do this. Like, try to do this when you're going off the jump this time. Really do this when you're coming down the in run. Like, on the landing, stick it like this, do things like that. Really the little things the coaches are talking about, especially with the more talented jumpers like Zach Ross, Cam Donnell, Adam Means, those caliber type guys.
Dina HERTOG-RAZ here from Hanover, as you just saw.
Solid jump.
We just heard a wrong name from the public address announcer. I believe it is Sylvie Brust, or sorry, Dina HERTOG-RAZ.
Yeah, that was Dina HERTOG-RAZ. Emily Barker up next right now.
For Plymouth.
Taking her time. For her to really kind of just not be so hesitant as she was her first time. Still kind of testing out the jump a little bit. She's not the most outgoing person, but maybe now that she's been up there a few times, seeing what it's like to be that high up with the lights shining on you, all the eyes staring
and a
up.
state championship atmosphere as well, you know?
Yeah.
This is the first meet that I've been to personally, so this is a really good sized crowd for the meet, you know?
Yeah, I
It's
know.
a little nerve-wracking. But here she is, Emily Barker, folks. Getting some speed coming down that in run. It was tough. I just don't think she got enough height on that to really get herself in that flight mode. It seemed like she just kind of went right off of it.
Yeah, no, but still, she improved off her first jump, like I said. She didn't really get that spring, too much spring, but still, she increased her jump length by about 2 or 3 meters. So she improved, and I'm sure that Coach Stopp was really kind of telling her what to do exactly, but I'm sure he'd like to see her get a little more spring off that jump.
Up next, NADIA VANDYNE of Kennett. NADIA looking fearless here, setting up in her form. Spreads those skis and flies there. See the meter that she got on that.
14.5, not too bad, not too bad. Getting a lot of cheer from the crowd here, certain members. Overall, just a nice community atmosphere, very homely. Everyone knows each other in the ski community, very nice.
Most definitely. You know, that's what you find more in the more solo sports like these. You know, it's a team sport, but when it comes down to it, you're the one shining out there one at a time.
And it's Valentine's Day. Everyone's in a good
it's
mood.
Also Valentine's Day.
It's a loving atmosphere.
Yes, it is. Gotta say, I would love it if Plymouth were to come home with a victory here tonight. That would be amazing.
That would be some sweet victory for these seniors here tonight.
Sabin Mitchell now taking the in run. Good form and a great jump for her. She's going to be pleased with that one, and PA announcer confirming great form. 20 meters on that jump as well. She's definitely pleased with that one.
Definitely. She improved greatly from her last one. And right there, that's great for Hanover. One of their few jumpers getting 20 meters. And Holly Hoyt up now, just a sophomore. It's a good jumper. It's her second year.
Plymouth sophomore Holly Hoyt. She's got some speed stepping up here. It's unfortunate. She really looked like she got a lot more speed than the past runners that we've seen before. She just didn't get that spring off the end of the jump there.
Well, that was the same thing we saw with Emily Barker. She didn't really get that max spring with her knees. Didn't really get down as much on her in run either. But they got the speed part down.
Yes.
And you know what? That's part of it. That's
very true.
Yeah. So if they can just on their third jump bend down a little, get them a little more of that athletic stance, and really burst pop out those knees when you're going off the jump, you can extend your jump by 3-4 meters.
And again, you know, it's tough for somebody like myself who's never been in the position of ski jumping. So to be giving critique here, so, you know, I'm just saying what it looks like. But fantastic runs we've seen from everybody so far here. And, you know, no one's gotten hurt yet. And that's my big thing.
No, I've seen a couple crashes down there, but it looks like they both jumped 24 meters. So
exactly.
Still, it was probably worth it for them if they're okay.
Stepping up now, Elizabeth Karaski of Kennett. She gets a great jump there. Gets some reaction from the crowd. Karaski.
Solid jump right there, Kennett jumper. They have really impressed me tonight. 18 meters right there. And we've already seen a lot of these jumpers improved. I don't remember in this beginning group kind of started off a little bit slowly, but right now they're coming out with a bang. I think every jumper has improved on their first score.
Most definitely, yeah. They've really been, it seems like they've just been trying a few new things there, especially for the beginning jumpers that we've seen so far, like, you know, Emily Barker there towards the end. She got a lot of speed on that last one, but it's just some small things that they got to adjust and got to fix right now. Go back to your coach. They're going to be talking to you and really trying to fix those small things.
Well, on this first jump is really where you see you stand out as an athlete, and then the second and third one is more, it shows the coaching, shows what the coaches do to get you prepared, and really how personal they can make it to your form. I know you talked about size and stuff and personal
Aubrey
technique.
King, Plymouth, there's that scream, but gets good numbers on that one. I'd be screaming too.
Yeah,
it wouldn't sound as good though. My scream would be a little blood curdling.
Yeah, no, I'd probably be screaming too. But she, right there, getting a good jump. Aubrey King, fantastic jumper right there, senior.
Did not hear the number on Aubrey King's jump. I'll have to bring that back to you soon. Stepping up now, though, Holly Mason, Ski Meister, sitting down right now at the top of the in-run. She's looking for a great run here. Definitely experience on the slopes and anything on a ski pretty much. There it is, folks. Another great jump for Holly Mason. Catches flight.
Yeah, right there, Holly Mason. I was impressed with that jump right there. 19 meters for Holly Mason right there.
Big old 19. The crowd loves it.
Yeah. She's, again, she lives 500 feet from here, probably not too far. This is like home for her, right in her backyard. Everyone loves it. Family's here, friends are here, and she's loved in the town of Plymouth. But right there, she could have gotten a little more spring off of that jump and really just boosted off and maybe hit the 20-meter mark. So look for that in the third jump from her.
Those small critiques make huge differences. I do see a sign across from us right now, currently from a fan, that says, "Those who do not jump will never fly." I love that. It's a really good analogy for this.
Good saying right there. Quite a few signs out here tonight.
This PA announcer, I love it.
Yeah, he's talkative.
He's really loosening them up there, dude. The speaker's right below them right now, and he's just talking about their biography, and it would make me laugh up there. Here we are, SHEA MULKERN. Good jump on his part. Great form there.
Good job right there. Saw him go off he was the last one actually. I don't know if there was some confusion or something, but he just had his second jump. Decent jump right there. From Kennett.
Yeah, he wasn't the one that just fell, was he?
No.
Okay.
No, he went after Zach Ross.
It's definitely a quick time there.
Noah King, one Merrimack Valley jumper here tonight. Getting some applause here.
Fans showed up for Noah. On the in-run, Noah King gets his speed. It's not enough of a jump there to get him that height that he needed to find the distance. Noah King, though, overall, not really a bad run.
No, not too bad, not too bad. Want to get a little more height on that jump so that you can kind of get over that little arc of the hill.
Once you get over the arc, you really pick up the distance in the meters. You know what I'm saying? It's from that that steep decline right there. You're going to pick up at least 3 or 4 meters just on a good jump off the base of this in-run.
Yep. Right here, Josh Haino from Sunapee. And right now we're getting into this heart of the jumpers group, really where these teams competitors come out, and you're going to see a lot of 20+ meter jumps coming up. I know we have Colin Roper and Caleb Morris competing for the Gene Ross Award tonight. Are up after this next jumper from Sunapee.
Haino trying to bring it home for his team, that championship trophy. Josh Haino. Definitely a little dicey, and his formation, you know, coming off that base right there, definitely a little sketchy. Looked like he could have had a little error with the skis and maybe a mental error there or something.
Yeah, it looked like his spring kind of one leg was kind of off a little bit. It wasn't quite as balanced as he would like to be, but still, for his skis not being in the right position, kind of wobbly a little bit, that was an excellent jump right there for Hano.
Sounds like he got good meters there. We did not hear it, but from the PAs and a reaction, definitely sounded like he got some good meters off of that.
A little dicey.
Different form. A little dicey,
I like that line.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I had to use it.
Yeah, got to steal it. He's quite the PA announcer. I haven't heard anything like this in a while.
Up now, though, Caleb Morse of Hanover. As we said earlier, it's the Gene Ross participant, and he's looking to make numbers on this run as we see him head down the in-run now. Caleb Morse.
I think that beat his first run.
It's going to be interesting to find out.
21
meters.
Can't remember if that beat his first one or not, but it's awfully close. And then Roper right here got his work cut out for him. He knows what he's got to do to try to get that Gene Ross award, bring that trophy home.
It's big for him. You know, being a rookie, taking home the Rookie Award trophy, that's huge.
And that would be a huge success if Plymouth could bring home the state national championship and Gene Ross Award. That would be quite the night here for the Bobcats.
Gotta say so. Yeah, Colin Roper taking a little bit of time to get up there right now. He's probably got a few things to do. Setting up his skis. I would be double, triple, quadruple checking my skis, making sure everything's okay.
Yeah, everyone's different. I mean, some people are, you know, a little more OCD than others and want to make sure everything's okay, and other people are just like, I just want to go.
Yeah.
I want to get off the jump and just go. But others are take the more time and and it looks like Roper's one of those kids, but hey, whatever makes them comfortable. I mean,
yeah, you got to be mentally ready.
Yeah.
And if for some people that's getting right at it, then, you know, kudos.
Whatever works.
But Colin Roper here, Gene Ross participant, looking for good numbers here. He's got to be, what, 21, 21 and a half? I believe we just heard 21 on the last one. A lot of speed there, and gets some great distance off the in-run as well. Could have got a little bit more spring off the base, but, you know, for overall, I'd say that was one of the better springs that we've seen.
Good jump by Roper right there. Didn't hear what his final score was right there, but like he said, it looked like he kind of jumped off those knees a little bit early and didn't get that max spring like you saw Morse did. But he's still got one more jump to go, and I'm sure that he's gonna make it tough. Keep Morse on his toes until ESTES goes, because who knows what he can do. I mean, we saw him, I think it was 21 was his first jump.
Yeah. Still got a lot to find out. You know, we haven't been able to keep track of every jumper's numbers, but when it comes down to it, we'll learn towards the end. And coming up now, we have Isla Wheel, Lebanon. Wheel getting some speed and some good form off that jump as well. And you know, it comes down also, we're not really going to know the scores until it's all tallied at the end. We only hear the meters as well as, you know, we don't get the judges' aspect of how good their form was. So you really start to find out what the scores were, you know, when everything's come to an end. They've gotten the third flight in. So I feel like that's when we're going to start finding out who's taking the lead and, you know.
Yeah, and for me, I mean, I'm really impressed with Roper here.
Yep.
When you look at him and Morse is significantly taller than him, and Roper is jumping really close to just as far as him, and that takes some serious technique.
Yeah.
So to me, I think that he's winning in the style category, and that might be able to push him just enough points to get past him and win the Gene Ross category.
I could definitely see that, and it'd be nice too, because, you know, like you said, a guy of his size, it's really impressive. Here we are, coming up next, Sylvia Dalton of Sunapee. Sylvia Dalton trying to make a name for Sunapee here on the in-run. Gets a good speed with some great form as well. Couple oohs and ahs from the crowd. Gotta say it was a good run.
20 meters exact. I was going to say, got to be close to 20 meters right there. Great one right there. We've seen a lot of them improve already. So we're about...
Yeah, you got to figure this second flight it's got to be a lot easier than the first and that third flight, in my opinion. If you're doing well, it's not as hard to overcome that third flight and do well, but if you're doing poorly, it's definitely harder to mentally overcome that battle.
Well, if it's your third flight, especially as a senior, you're going to go all out. It's your last jump off of a ski jump.
Sending everything.
Probably ever.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know.
Yeah, when's the next chance you could do this?
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. I mean, after this, it's basically the Olympics. There's no college.
Adulthood comes at you quick.
Yeah.
In life, man.
So I'm sure that you'll see all these seniors come out. I know Zach Ross will be giving it everything he's got on these next 2 runs. He's only got 2 more runs left on a ski jump.
Wow. Leah Thomas now, though, stepping up for Concord. Thomas taking a digger there at the end, but before that, coming up with a great approach, plenty of speed there and good form. Just that landing a little bit too hard, and she slips off her skis for a second there. Looks like she's okay, though.
Glad she's okay. You can take a fall, and it can really hurt. I know, I can't remember his name, but Zach Ross's brother, I remember he took a fall when I was little, and I remember seeing him, and he was all beat up, broken arm, leg, and he took it tough. So you can really hurt yourself, but hopefully we don't see any of that tonight, because that can be scary.
It's another thing I read, you know, after you do get an injury like that, it can be harder to get back into this game so quick. You know, you got to have a lot of mental awareness when you're up there, and you got to be confident in yourself. So when you take a digger like that, it can really take a huge hit on that mental awareness. Up now, though, Sophie Mitchell of Hanover. Gonna see how she does on the in run. Plenty of speed coming into it. In good form up until about halfway. Got some hands shaking there. And that might get her a few points taken away for the form aspect there, but she's a 19.5 on that?
19.5 right there, yep.
Good distance.
You were mentioning style points, and you really got to make sure those hands are behind you, not flailing around out there. Not only does it help aerodynamics, kind of get you going a little further, but
it looks impressive. A little bit better.
It looks, yeah, to the judges, your style points go up and stuff. And
you look confident and smooth, in my opinion, you know?
Exactly, and try to get those skis up and kind of out and wide and make it look more butterfly-ish, if you will.
Butterfly-ish, yes. No, that's good. That's good.
A little more beautiful.
Stepping up now, John Ulrichsen, Plymouth. He sits down, and it's funny to see the difference in some of these jumpers, how long they actually sit there for, but John just stepping right up. Gets a good long jump on that one. John Ulrichsen, everybody. 18.5 coming from Ulrichsen.
Good jump from John. They'll have him for 2 more years after this. He should excel. Try to take the spot of some of these seniors. They're going to be missing Zach Ross, Ethan Whitman, Adam Means, Cam Donnell next year.
They're taking a big hit.
Big hit. But this is their year. Compete with those Kennett Eagles. Kind of don't let them get the three-peat. You got to take it. It's your home jump. Got to come away with it.
I feel that. No, it's been tough, and you know, I feel like a lot of the Plymouth teams, even the fall sports teams, are taking hits after this year. I mean, the football team, you know, they've got some star-stud sophomores. They got them hanging around for a little bit. You know, the soccer team, you guys are losing some people. Here we are now, though. Griffin McAuliffe. Good jump on his behalf. Going to find out how far he got.
18.5 right there for a Kennett jumper. It's going to be a close one, I think, between Kennett and Plymouth.
Definitely.
You see these. You'll see it in this next kind of third of the meet. You'll see those more experienced jumpers really battling it out between not only just Kennett and Plymouth, but really all the schools.
Yep.
You were talking about this senior class earlier, and they are really talented, and we are going to miss them next year. A bunch of kids. You mentioned the football team. Owen Brickley is leaving. He's going to go play football at the collegiate level.
Here, Aaron Bennett of Sunapee really spreading those skis out, looking like he just got a lot more time in the air than he should have on that, honestly.
Yeah, sometimes you come off the jump, and I mean, I don't ski jump, but I do downhill ski, and sometimes you get a little too much. You don't expect it.
Yep.
Right there, it looked like he kind of caught himself off guard with how fast he was going in that spring, and sometimes
you could see it in the form a little bit there. Yeah, it's a little shaken, but, you know, that distance made up for it there. And I would like to know, personally, though, how much the distance and form kind of go into effect for the formula there and adding the score up at the end, you know?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the score. And the judges, I'm sure they're doing a fantastic job right now.
Oh, most certainly.
They're probably way more educated than I am on this subject right now.
I'd say both of us,
yeah.
clearly, yes.
But it'll be interesting to see what the scores come out to, and really, between the Gene Ross Award, it could come down to style points.
Very true. Up to bat here, Lizzie Summerlin of Concord.
Takes a hard fall.
Hard digger with one of the skis coming off there at the end.
She looks to be okay, though. She got right up.
17 meters for Lizzie.
Do some course maintenance here. Right there, PA announcer stealing my line.
First time.
Makes me feel honored. He's quite the character out there. And you know what? If I was a jumper, I would like it. He'd make me feel comfortable out there.
He would get me going. 100%. I'd be ready up there. Big smiles if he was talking about my personal life too. Like, I'd be like, bring up my dog, bring up my brothers.
Yeah. Make me feel a little more comfortable, make me feel home, especially if you're not from Plymouth. I mean, you don't know who's out there watching you. If you're from Kennett, it's a long drive home. I mean, you're going to get back late, 10, 11 at night maybe. So you still got your homework to do, and you want to feel as comfortable as you can here.
It's true, yeah. Yeah, so for everybody to have that here is definitely awesome.
Oh, yeah. And it really just kind of shows the community event.
Yeah, I mean, how you don't have so much help from NHIAA, you know, the funds and everything. It's harder. Up right now, Tristan Meyer of Hanover. It's a pretty great jump on that. Good takeoff.
Right there, impressive. Tristan Meyer from Hanover.
20.5, they say. 22 and a half.
22
Excuse me.
and a half.
Did not hear that right.
That was quite the jump there.
Now we got Cam Donnell.
I'm really interested to see these next couple jumpers go off. Really, from Cam Donnell right down to Zach Ross. Should be interesting to see because everyone so far basically has improved on there.
We saw a lot of really good runs though from that number 28 to the 44 there for the bib numbers. Here's Cam Donnell, everybody. Good speed, V formation in the skis. That form was perfect there. 23
right there, Cam Donnell putting himself up in the top two.
Wow.
Right
That's
there.
a good spot to be in, especially on your second flight. Not bad.
Oh, yeah, and he's got another shot to improve.
At this point, though, you know, you're just a tad behind whoever's in front. So you got to put out that score for your team. You got to really send it on that last one. We know Cam Donnell. You know him personally. You really think he's going to try to send it on this last one?
Oh, yeah, he's an aggressive kid, especially in skiing. And, I mean, he's only got one run left. And
that's it.
Really, I think that's it. All this, I know, and it's kind of a little baffling. Like, you're never, like, you can play your last soccer game, last football game, and you'll still go, as it looks like that was
Evan Eldridge there of Kennett.
Decent one. But as I was saying, you can play your last soccer game, but you still know you can mess around with the ball or in the backyard, whatever. You're never gonna ski jump again, though.
It's true. It's a lot harder to get out here and get the equipment, find the time, find the place for one. You know, how many places have ski jumps? It's only around this area. Maybe you go to Lake Placid, and that's maybe it. In Vermont and Maine, probably. But there, Evan Eldridge, we heard, get a 19.5 meters. And up next is Parker Reed. It's a ski meister. From Sunapee. Parker Reed, good bending in the knees there and good form. Looked like he really got a lot of extra time there as he skids out at the end.
He really got his ski tips in the air right there.
Yeah.
Just the back of his skis kind of caught the ground a little bit early. Might have been able to get a meter or two extra out of it if that wasn't the case, but still an excellent jump right there.
Not too bad at all. He got 20.5 meters there on that one. Stepping up now is Cam Broku of Concord. Brochu. Excuse me.
Some cheers from the crowd. A lot of people coming tonight. This has got to be quite a few out here tonight supporting all the teams.
Yeah, honestly, with how cold it is just becoming the last hour, I'm surprised we have so many fans out here still. Up now, Felix Estes. Pretty good jump there. Again, Felix is Gene Ross, participant here today, looking to bring home that award.
I think that was Cambro's shoe, actually, coming off the jump.
The last one here?
Yeah.
I think you just said Felix Estes.
No, I think he's up next.
You were correct.
And this kid likes to wakeboard. That's what the PA announcer's telling us.
I love wakeboarding. It is so much fun. It is 25 degrees here, Plymouth Regional High School, and it's only getting colder, Elliot.
Only getting colder. Sun went down a couple hours ago, and still, people are dressed nice and warm here tonight. And out here, a lot of community, because when else are you going to watch ski jumping? I mean.
And here he is, as I mentioned the run before, Felix Estes. Actually, he gets the run he's looking for right there. Waiting on his score as he got a good form. That's going to be really beneficial for him in the scoring at the end.
22 right there. Wow.
It's looking pretty good for him.
This Gene Ross competition is it's pretty insane. I'm very impressed with this right here. It's Adam Means.
A lot of hype down below here from the fan section.
Yeah, people love these Plymouth seniors. Great group of boys. Adam Means.
He looks determined. We know he got a pretty good jump on his last one. I believe it was 23 or 24, correct?
Yeah, and he can put that number up again. Wouldn't be surprised.
Good jump there. They're really going to get him down there. I think a 22 I heard. Yeah, 22 for Adam Means.
22 meters, Adam Means, nice. And not only was that a 22 meter jump, that was excellent form right there. Great job.
All the
Kept
way
the hands
through.
behind the back.
Yes.
Exactly. Skis in a V.
Yep, and that right there, although he hasn't had the longest distance that we've seen today, the form is what's going to get him those extra points there. Definitely looked good.
Definitely.
Stepping up next, though, is Sean Morgan from Kennett. Not sure where we messed up earlier. We saw Cam Donald came up, and then I'm pretty sure it was Evan Eldridge. I think we missed Parker Reed.
Yeah.
The ski meister.
Here we see some of the jumpers in the crowd sitting with their family, drinking hot chocolate.
Sean Morgan getting some distance on that. As they are, PA announcer turning the level up now.
Turning it up, turning the heat up.
I wish we could turn the heat up right now.
Yeah, it's getting cold. It's getting cold. There's a little bit of a breeze here, but still.
I'm excited to still be out here. This is amazing. This is the first time I've ever been in a ski jumping competition, and I'm Rhode Island native, so like this is just the fact that this is still going on in high school is just mind-blowing because I've only ever seen it on TV for the Olympics.
It's pretty amazing when you think about it.
Lane Smith from Sunapee gets a good jump there. Loving the distance on that one.
20 and a half right here. Now we're consistently seeing 20 meters right there. Seems
yep,
like that's
you were right.
That's the benchmark, and it's pretty impressive. I'm really curious to see what these last few jumpers will get, what Ethan Whitman will put up, and especially Zach Ross.
Zach Ross. Got to see that.
Really impressed to see what he can put up as he's going to go all out. He's going to put his body and do what he can to kind of just get out in front of those skis and really get all his momentum going forward and try to hit that 24, 25 mark.
If I saw a 25, I'd go crazy.
It's quite impressive. I'm guessing that's what Zach Ross's goal. I'm guessing his goal is probably a state record. He wants to come out here, jump record, and really own it. Like,
yeah,
it's his grandfather's jump, you know.
That would be an unbelievable story. And here we are, Kurt Van Fleet.
He didn't get the max spring right there. Decent jump still. Got a lot of speed coming off the jump. Tracks are getting quick as the temperature drops.
Very true, yeah. You notice they are starting to pick up some more speed. Even some of them taking the style of just pushing off that bar they sit on, give them a little extra speed. Now we see Evan Nichols coming up for Hanover at the top there. We did not hear a score for Kurt Van Fleet. And now it's Evan Nichols. Really getting down low and spreading out wide.
Quite the jump right there.
Unbelievable. And just the way he had his skis out there really looked like they were wings. Unbelievable.
23.5 right there, coming close to that 24 mark.
That's what you're looking for. Evan Nichols definitely proud of that one.
Yeah, and it was interesting. He had an interesting technique. He stood straight up, you saw, for the first 5-10 feet of the jump, and then it got right down into his stance, which was really nice, but interesting. Haven't
Definitely
seen that
different
yet.
from the form that we've seen today on the in-run. Now Ethan Whitman of Plymouth doing a good job there, getting a lot of speed, some cheering going on for him on the sidelines.
Good job by Ethan right there. Really improved from his last run. Still, his skis are a little unstable right there. Trying to find that sweet spot of when to release from your athletic stance and kind of get those skis nice and straight and stable and really get your hands behind your back so that you can lean forward and be able to trust to get a nice clean landing.
Spot on. Zach from Kennett. I would probably say the same thing with his last name, GRZESIK. I think I got that, Zach GRZESIK from Kennett. Here he is. And he's got a great run for himself.
Right there. Excellent jump.
In that solid Plymouth State green there. Looking like he should already be an alumni.
22.5 right there. That is Kennett's #1 jumper, it looks like. 23, excuse me.
There it
changed
is. Wow. Zach is definitely pleased with that one.
23.5. Just changed it a couple times, but 23.5. Quite the jump right there. Just what Kennett needs. Try to keep up with this Plymouth senior group.
Cam Somerton from Sunapee setting up with a bar next. Yeah, this in-run has got to be getting a little bit more slick now. You know, it's all padded down, and you got to figure the friction there at some points, creating a little bit of moisture. And it's so cold right now; it's just freezing over. So
yeah, temperatures dropped. It's getting a little more slick for them, and you see them. You can even tell they're picking up a little more speed coming off.
Great form straight from the beginning, and the speed's evident as he comes up to the edge there.
Solid jump right there by Somerton.
About to find out the distance.
23.5 right there. We're consistently seeing that number.
Big 23.5.
Bragg from Concord coming up next.
Eben Bragg. Eben Bragg. Excuse me.
Call him Blondie, that's his nickname.
It's not too bad. It is worse nicknames.
Yeah, you can. A couple worse ones that you can come up with.
Yeah.
But hey, as long as you wear it proud.
Eben Blondie Bragg from Concord stepping up now, really putting all of his weight down low, getting that speed and a good little jump there off of the end. He had a good spring. You really see him get down low so he could spring his knees up.
Good spring. Timing was just a little off. Kind of came off a little early, it seemed. Still got 21-meter jump.
I know. Had that have been perfect, we could have saw our first 25, in my opinion. He had the speed, and I liked how low he was.
Well, a lot of these kids have potential to hit 25. It's really just that timing. That spring timing is really kind of the key piece to what you can do. And it's really important. You can get a bunch of speed and have a really strong spring, but if you don't time it right, you're not going to get your max amount. So if you really see Evan Bragg or Zach Ross kind of hit that perfect timing, you expect a 25.
Hope we see it out of the next ones here. But up now is Mason Winter of Hanover. Winter making that last name a reality here in February, excuse me. It's definitely looking good for him. What was that?
24 meters, what I heard from the
24 meters for Mason Winter. Big win right there for Hanover. That's definitely going to help them out.
Yep. And here's Zach Ross. Come on.
Zach Ross after a 24-meter jump there. He's got something to prove.
Loud applause right here. Really sitting down on that bar far. Wants to get that 25 mark.
This is the last jumper for Flight 2 as well. Zach Ross. Hear your fans screaming 26. They know he can hit it.
Just gotta send it. That's the PA announcer saying.
That is Zach, the motto.
Really taking his time right here. And he takes off.
Zach Ross Good form approaching. And a huge jump by Zach Ross, but a huge wipeout at the end as well. Did not look pretty down there, but his distance was unbelievable.
Zach Ross really putting his body on the line tonight, seeing him take 2 tough tumbles at the bottom.
I mean, that's what you expect, though, when you're trying to go for the big numbers. It's hard to land those when you're really trying to push yourself that little extra distance. Kudos to him for trying that. Just got to land it next time.
Get the timing down.
Yes.
Timing's key.
It's so key.
He looks a little shaken up right now, but I'm sure he'll be fine. He's got plenty of time to recover.
Yeah, he's got the whole flight ahead of him, and he'll be our last for Flight 3, but Flight 2 is now over, and we're going to be heading to Flight 3 here soon. Welcome back, fans, to Plymouth Regional High School as we're set here at the Gene Ross Memorial Ski Jump for the 3rd flight. State champions / national champions. We're about to find out who that's going to be. Stepping up first here. See who we have. It is going to be Maya, I believe. Maya Holmes, Gene Ross participant.
Gene Ross competitor. An unbelievably exciting event tonight, and that Gene Ross award is still, no one really knows. No one's really run away with it yet. You still got to take
contention.
Yeah, you still got to take style points into hand, and I wouldn't mark Colin Roper out. Hasn't matched Morse and ESTES' numbers, but his technique,
form, yeah,
his technique is much better than theirs.
Very true.
So I wouldn't rule him out in this competition. That's I will be very curious to see who comes out with that.
It's going to be fun to see, you know. So the way this competition works is everybody gets their 3 flights, and the best of their 2 flights are taken into score. So, you know, it really depends who had their 2 best runs, you know. You could get somebody with the best number, but as long as they didn't do as well as somebody else, it's going to be tough to decide that. That was Sylvie Bruston there from Kennett. It's a tad late. We're going to find out what her number is.
15 meters right there from Kennett. Jumpers look like they're getting a little cold up there. They just want to go, go, go. Kind of
at this point.
Get their coats on as temperatures dropping, and they're starting to gain some speed on the runway. Right here, HERTOG-RAZ is a senior.
It is about a little after 7:30 here. Now Dina.
Good jump for her right there. 17.5, not bad right there for Hanover. Good start to their.
PA announcer going off right now. We love it.
he's entertaining. I'm enjoying listening to him myself.
Yeah, you know, we have to stop here for a second and listen.
Makes it a little fun here for the crowd too, and makes the jumpers a little more comfortable, I would think.
Definitely. I'd be cracking a smile up there at least. I think he called Emily Barker Hannah Barker. Maybe a relation, I'm not sure. You know, I don't know.
She's got a sister, Ellie, and a brother, Ian, who skis at PSU, I believe.
Oh, nice.
But they have all 3 of them have jumped throughout the high school level, and all magnificent, magnificent skiers. Ian, really good racer, and Ellie was an excellent ski jumper too, graduated last year. So Emily trying to live up to those standards, doing pretty well so far.
Now we see her at the top there. Straight off that bar, she's eager. Emily Barker, everybody. Gets that jump. A lot of speed coming off that. That might be her highest. I think that was definitely the highest meters that she got there.
Yep, and we're right there. You can see the coaching that goes into that. You can see that someone clearly did talk to her after her first and second run and said, really get in that athletic stance. We saw her go down the first 2 times, not so much bend those knees and stuff. And she had a little bend in those knees and sprung out a little bit, and it paid off. She got her best jump of the night right there.
That it did. Good run, Emily. Up next, NADIA VANDYNE. VANDYNE is from Kennett. Be seeing her third flight here. It's important for her and Hanover to get do a pretty good job here. She needs a good score.
She's taking her time right there. She's a pole vaulter.
You learn a lot.
Yeah.
No, this is a good PA announcer.
But I mean, that doesn't surprise me. You know, she's pole vaulting. You got to be pretty fearless for that.
Yeah,
And,
no kidding.
I mean, ski jumping, another sport. You gotta have some pretty intense.
I've seen how
guts
high
to
some of
do
those
that.
pole vaulters get up, man, and it's unbelievable. You
Yeah.
know, at collegiate level at PSU, we did a little bit of commentating there, and they really get up high. But here she is, NADIA VANDYNE. Definitely a little shaky. Manages to hold it. PA announcer giving a 10 for the recovery there. Definitely a great job in that aspect. See how far she got for distance.
Yeah, I had to hold my breath there for a second. Looked like she was going to take a hard fall. Good
No
job.
kidding.
Kudos to her to kind of recover, wrap herself back up together, and really stick the landing and make it the best that she could. I mean, not quite what you want on your third and final run, but at least she's safe. At least she's healthy and stuff, and she's not.
Very
You know.
true. I got to say, I think everybody here kind of held their breath for a moment because you're right. You know, she went down on one ski and that right leg came up a little bit,
Yeah.
little flailing in the hands. That's a scary moment for everybody.
Yeah, you kind of heard a gasp in the crowd. But
Big
everyone-
applause after.
Yeah.
She's okay.
Good job. Like you said, 10 on the recovery. Got to listen to the PA announcer. He knows his stuff.
He gives you them all. Sabin Mitchell now from Hanover. Sitting on the bar, I'm sure as soon as she's ready. Yep, here she comes. Sabin.
Great jump right there.
Very
on her.
good jump.
Close to 20 meters.
Smooth as well.
20 meters exactly.
On
Gotta
the
call it.
nose,
Feeling like
Elliott.
Tony Romo right now.
We could put you
Colin.
down there as a judge. Tony. And now up to the next jumps, Holly Hoyt, who I'm pretty sure I've just heard that she's been skiing since she was 3.
Oh, yeah. A lot of these kids have been on skis right since.
That's about when I started kicking around a soccer ball. So
yeah.
kudos, like, wow. Holly Hoyt with a good jump there for her last and final one.
Good jump. A lot of speed coming off the jump right there. She's still got 2 more years left of ski jumping. She got it. She's going to improve. I can tell. She's got a lot of potential. Still very young. Just a sophomore.
Yep. 11 and a half on that one. Not bad. Definitely something to improve on. But, you know, where she's at right now, should feel pretty confident about it.
Not too bad. And a lot of the sport is just confidence and really being able to trust yourself, to be able to get your whole weight forward and really trust yourself that you're going to land in the proper way, not hurt yourself. And over time that builds so that when you are a senior, you're really confident in that ability. And that's why it's impressive to see these Gene Ross kids. I mean, this is their first year jumping, and they're putting up huge numbers this year.
Big numbers. Breaking 20. Now, up next, Elizabeth Karosky from Kennett. They are really just getting them out there and getting them going on the in-runs quick. Karosky.
Good jump right there. 17, solid. And these beginning jumpers started off, they looked a little hesitant. They are the team's newer-ish jumpers, more ones that aren't as talented as the Zach Rosses of the group. But they're still, you know, you saw them start off with, 11, 12, but now they're putting up close to 20, 17. You just saw right there.
Yeah,
so I'm
huge
impressed
differences.
with the confidence that they've been able to gain from the first run to the third. It's pretty impressive.
Aubrey King up next on the in-run.
This will be her final scream of her ski jumping career.
Wish we could ask her right now how she's feeling up there, with all of that going through her mind.
I'm
It
sure
is her
there's
last run.
There's a lot of emotion in it. I'm sure there's a lot of emotion.
But I'm sure she wants to do well, and here she is, Aubrey King. Big jump and a little scream.
Right there, her last ski jump of her career. She takes a moment down there, puts her hands over her face, a little emotional. It's not too bad though. That was a good jump to end on,
Definitely.
Good note to end on, and
She's got to be proud about that and all the work she's put in here over the years.
yeah, and she looks up at the jump, takes a minute before she starts to take her skis off, and you're gonna see these seniors get a little emotional, and it's gonna get to their heads a little bit, but you got to put together the best jump possible.
Holly Mason of Plymouth. This is the ski meister for Plymouth here.
She's another senior.
Mason launching herself forward on that one. Really seemed like she kind of got her body a lot farther than she did in her last run. Got ahead of herself to get that speed there.
Yeah, that was a great jump by Mason right there. Good job. I mean, again, that was her last jump too. And that's the note you want to end on. One of the better jumps I've seen from her in her career. And I'm impressed with that. That was a good job by Mason right there.
Congrats, Holly. We are on to the next. SHEA MULKERN from Kennett.
19 and a half.
19 and a half. There it is.
Good run for Holly.
Glad
Almost
we got
breaking
that.
20.
Yeah, very
so
close.
So close.
Probably not the score she wanted, but it's not a bad one at all to end on. That was perfect. SHEA MULKERN.
Kennett right here coming down. It's going to be, I'm really excited to see these scores, see who comes out with the state championship.
Good form approaching the base of the jump there. And
yeah, good jump by MULKERN.
get some flight.
20 and a half right there.
Not bad at all.
He's really analyzing their suits tonight. It's kind of interesting.
It is, yes.
So burgundy. I don't think I've ever heard that in a ski jumping meet before.
So the ski jumps that they are wearing, are they all personal or are these all hand-me-downs?
So from what I know is when they built the jump, they did get they had a lot of extra money. So not only did they build this beautiful jump, but they also bought the team all new equipment.
Nice.
So I think the suits do belong to the schools.
Noah King. Love the PA announcer. You can't get any more wise than that. Noah King, though, from Merrimack Valley, the only Merrimack Valley participant here today. So shout out to him for making it all the way.
Yeah, and shout out to the fans too. I'm impressed. You know,
Still sticking around.
Yeah, still sticking around. You know, he's the only one, and it seems like he had quite the crowd here today.
He did.
Come out and support only him.
Every flight too.
Yeah.
You know.
Good for him. Good for them. Shows that they're really supportive of him as he's their only ski jumper.
I did notice that in Merrimack Valley with a couple of the games that I've commentated. You know, even when they do show up to Plymouth, their soccer team, they had a lot of people there watching them, and it makes a difference in some games, you know, but just having that support, especially away, it's crucial.
Don't remind me of that game.
I'm sorry,
Overtime
brother.
loss, homecoming.
You guys played such a good game, too, though. Good jump there. Josh Hano from Sunapee. Going to be getting the number on that real quick.
That's a good jump there. Solid right there. 18 and a half. Good job for Josh.
Not bad.
All right, this is what I've been waiting for right here.
These two back-to-back.
Third and final one for the Gene Ross Award. I'm excited. I really, who's going to come up with it? I don't know.
Yeah, we still have 3 more participants to take their third and final flight.
And
right
they're all
Caleb
super
Kors.
close, too.
Yeah, dude. They've been coming very close. Colin Roper and FELIX ESTES. But as you said earlier, the Caleb Morris and Colin Roper going back-to-back, it's definitely a lot closer.
Yeah, and I think it's going to come down to style, honestly.
Definitely.
I think it's going to be very close, but we'll see.
Here it is, Caleb Morris, Gene Ross participant. Really good jump for some distance there. Little flailing of the arms might get a little style points taken away from him, but good jump.
22 and a half right there from Morris. Good job. But yeah, you mentioned his technique was a little off, a little wobbly there coming off the jump, but let's see if Roper can match his number right here and get good technique, and maybe he could run away with this Gene Ross
That's what
award.
we're looking for right now, that Gene Ross and the championship. Bring it home, back to Plymouth.
Let's see if Roper puts the solid jump here. Doesn't let it get to his head. He's had a solid night here so far. Really impressed me. Well, we have proof right here from our PA, and that said he's going all out right now.
A little statement earlier from Roper stating, you know, if it does come down to this third and final flight, he's going to send it. It's going to be the end here.
Yeah, Roper likes to take his time up there, really slowly getting his skis into the tracks, putting his body on the bar. Likes to take his time. Played baseball with him. Excellent, excellent kid. Great teammate.
That's what you like to hear. Teammate first, you know, ball player next. Roper here, who's been cheering on his teammates all night.
Taking his time.
Great form straight from the beginning. Gets a lot of speed and holds his form throughout the entirety of it. Really feeling good about that as he fist bumps down there at the bottom.
Pumping his fist as he landed that one. 20 and a half, and he knows that that was just about his best jump that he could do.
Crucial run.
Right there. His form is impeccable. I think it's impressive. I mean, you saw Caleb Morse kind of use his size as an advantage.
Yes.
And Roper doesn't have that. Roper's not the biggest kid if you know him. He's kind of a really small, quiet little kid. And Morse looks to have, you know, 7, 8 inches on him. But it's impressive to see what Roper can do.
Yeah, I mean, even straight from the beginning, it didn't seem like his form had changed. And for most everybody, it's changed a little bit. Your hands move or whatever it may be. But even after he hit the base of that jump, it was good. And now up, Isla Wheel from Lebanon. So it does appear that we have one Merrimack Valley and one Lebanon student here. I did not mention that earlier. We do have a Lebanon participant.
Lebanon, another. It's interesting how all these schools are, besides Sunapee and Merrimack Valley, I guess you could say, and Concord, really, are all rivals. It's the Bobcats, and so it really just makes them even more hungry to come out in all sports. I know Kennett, we compete hard with and everything, in soccer, baseball, we're big rivals with them. And Leb's a rival too, but Hanover's a big one.
Definitely. The Marauders, I've seen a couple of games, multiple sports. The field hockey game that unfortunately ended their season at the Marauders' home field. It was a very hard-fought game, but that game really showed me how big of a rivalry that these two schools have.
Yeah, no, it's grown over the past couple of years.
SYLVIA Dalton from Sunapee.
That was a nice jump right there. These jumpers are really, they know it's the final jump of the season, and they're going all out.
Definitely. This third flight right now, you're going to be seeing people putting their bodies on the line.
Right here, we're getting into the final half of this race.
This is going to be Leah Tomas stepping up for Concord. I believe we've been calling her Thomas for the last name there, so excuse me on that, but it is Tomas.
She's from Concord.
Getting set up at the top right now. Really starting to feel all the chilly air right now.
Oh yeah, temperatures dropped significantly since we first got here.
Starting to become a factor, and you got to wonder for them as well. They're not wearing as much to keep them warm. It's got to be hard. Well, here she is, Leah Tomas. Great jump there for her.
$13 meters right there for Tomas. Decent jump for her last one of the season. Right here, Sophie Mitchell from Hanover coming up next. Jumpers are starting to take their time, which is a little interesting. You know, it's getting cold. I would want to get going, you know, not stand up there for too long. It's got to be a little windy up there, a little breeze.
Oh, just a little bit.
I don't know, this PA announcer. I'd like to hear what he has to say about me. I'm a little interested.
Sophie Mitchell now.
John Ulrichsen getting ready after her for his final jump of the year.
Sophie Mitchell. Great approach. A little shaky there with the form midway through, but makes that landing look a little bit more smoother.
Yeah, I was impressed with that. That was a great jump. Kind of a little shaky on the landing, but did her best job to kind of smooth it up as best she can and try to not make it so rough and with the crash.
Yep, that's exactly what you like to see there. That safe landing, but you know, she approached that well, like the PA announcer had said. You know, in this third flight, everyone's just going to be coming at this jump with everything they've got.
Right here, John Ulrichsen from Plymouth. This will be his last jump of the year. national champions. Waiting to be named. Plymouth Bobcats, Kennett Eagles, they're both itching for it. Kennett trying to be a three-peat.
That's going to be unbelievable if they can manage to pull that off. But with the jumps that we've had today from a couple different these schools, Concord's put up numbers. Plymouth in some areas has really put up good scores. And I can't wait to see what it's going to be after they really tally that up, you know, with the formula. John Ulrichsen. Great jump there. Looks like he got a lot of distance.
18.5 right there for Ulrichsen. Really improved over these past 3 runs. Really impressive. Not only him, but just all the competitors in this one. All right, from 1 through 44, it's pretty amazing to see how impressive they can be, how much they can improve in the span of 3 runs.
Up next now, we see Griffin McAuliffe from Kennett. Griffin's had some good runs today. He's going to really try to give it his all on this last one, and he's got to put Kennett in a good spot here.
Yeah, Kennett's battling with Plymouth. You know, every jump from these teams is going to count from here on, and you know, Zach Ross is going to have the final say, really.
Zach Ross is going to have the final say. I'm super excited to see what he's going to bring, you know, especially after that last one. Two okay runs in his book, but, you know, not good enough. We see Lizzie Summerlin of Concord. Lizzie got her skis up way high there, the tip of the skis, and a good form it looked like. But I think she could have got a little bit farther if she would have, may have got the back of the skis up a little bit higher. There's a balance you got to find between keeping your skis up too high and, you know, keeping them down too low.
Yeah, sometimes they can be a little too high. Right there, that wasn't too bad though. The back of the skis didn't kind of get caught in the snow. We've seen that a couple times tonight. So that one wasn't too bad, but overall, good third and final jump for her.
Most definitely. Now we see up to plate here, Tristan MEYER from Hanover. Tristan did well in his first and his second as well. Hands straight back, the form's there. Spring-loaded jump at the end of the end run, and you know, that wasn't that bad.
Wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad. Skis weren't exactly level. Wasn't very.
The form wasn't as good as it could have been.
Yeah, butterfly-ish, but overall decent jump.
It's funny to see some of the different the form styles that they have when they're actually in the air. Some of them cross their skis like a V. Some of them just leave them dead straight and kind of get their legs spread out.
Well, I think it depends on the skier too. What's more comfortable, really.
So that was actually number 38, Evan Nichols of Hanover that just went.
This is Lizzie Summerlin, it looks like. PA announcer reminding the crowd that this is it. They're giving it all they got right here, so should be exciting. So don't leave quite yet, because this is the most exciting part.
So Lizzie Summerlin now. Doing a great job on that jump. She's going to be pleased with what she got for a score, I'm sure.
12.5 meters right there.
Now we see Tristan MEYER from Hanover.
Track here, it looks like. Hanover trying to sneak into the top 3 here with Plymouth and Kennett battling it out for the #1 seed.
Yeah, I gotta say, Hanover definitely a little leg behind what we've seen personally out of these teams so far today. But, you know, it could all change here. We got a couple of Hanover left. Not so many Kennett left.
Yeah, every Kennett and Plymouth jump's going to be big from here on out.
Big jump there.
Good jump right there. Tristan MEYER, quite impressive. In the lime green suit. Surprised PA announcer didn't mention that.
Right. Cam Donnell
coming down right now. This will be his final jump.
One of the big fan favorites here. Got his friends out here supporting him through this. It's excellent to see, and he's definitely going to be feeling the pressure. See how he performs.
He's put together 2 great runs before this, though. Really impressed me tonight.
Form already beautiful. Step it up. Little V formation on the style, and he lands it perfect.
Right
And
there.
that's a Bobcat.
That's a Bobcat.
24 meters right there.
Cam. Wow, right there. You saw. That's what I was talking about. That perfect timing. He got the spring right off right there and really maximized his
Good
ability.
formation all the way through, too. Cam Donnell, we salute you.
Yeah, that was one of the better jumps I've seen tonight. Not only distance, but also his form was pretty incredible right there.
Very true. That's going to be the difference maker because we've already seen a 24-meter jump already, you know? So it's going to see who has the better score at the end.
Yeah, Evan Eldridge, cat jumper right here. It's going to be a big jump for them.
Eldridge.
Crashes down at the end.
Big wipeout at the end there.
It's like he knocks into someone walking back up.
Trying to see through a crowd of people here. It looks as though Eldridge not able to really get his footing down when he landed and sent him into a little tailspin into a crowd of ski jumpers down at the bottom.
19.5-meter jump. Pretty good, pretty good. Couldn't stick the landing, though. Glad everyone's okay down there. Looked like he took someone out by the legs.
Yeah, that looked like it could have been a little bit worse had he had a little bit more momentum on him. Parker Reed, though, of Sunapee up next. Ski Meister.
Ski Meisters are pretty incredible. Haven't really talked about it much tonight, but they really are not only to be able to have the skill to do all 3 of these sports, but also to be able to keep up academically. And really, I know that Alpine, you're gone from school every Friday.
Yes.
Really takes a hit on your grades, and I know in high school you have a lot of work that you're given. And so these kids,
they're working up all that extra time that they're supposed to have on the weekends or something.
Exactly. They deserve so much credit for what they're doing for the community and these ski teams.
I got to say so. That's definitely true. I'm about to see him on this last run. Flight 3, Parker Reed.
Excellent jump right there for him.
Gotta love it. He won't be doing the dishes after that run.
He comes up with new sayings.
Yes, he does. But Parker Reed on that one, really impressive. 21.5 meters on the jump and some great form all the way through.
Yeah, great form, 21.5 meters. And people, you can't forget about the style points because right there was perfect form. V formation, hands behind the back, stable skis. That was very impressive right there. Distance was decent. That's what you want.
Cambro shoe now. Cambro shoe.
Trouble with the name right there. Decent jump. PA announcer says he likes it. Good controlled jump right there. 16.5.
Really likes it.
Oh yeah, loves it. Very controlled jump right there.
Now up to the plate here is Felix Estes.
This will be the
Hanover
final jump for the Gene Ross Award. So really huge jump here for Estes.
He's the wakeboarder.
Yeah, this is the wakeboarder.
Oh, wakeboarding's awesome. I recommend everybody try it. Favorite animals?
Like baby seals. That's interesting facts.
Baby seal.
But hey, whatever works, I guess.
They're cute. Felix Estes. Here he is, folks. Gene Ross participating in the last of Flight 3, and that's it. Good jump. I think that's his best jump of the day so far, Flight 3.
Excellent form right there, matching his partners in Morse and Roper. And 21 meters right there.
Definitely his best jump.
It's going to be that competition.
It's going to put him closer, in the Gene Ross.
Very close, very close. It's going to, in my opinion, it's going to come down to styles. Right here you have Means, his final jump. See if he can put together something amazing here. Is all these jumps count towards the national championship, really.
Yeah.
And it's quite impressive.
Yeah, we're in the last 10 jumpers here in Flight 3. Adam Means being the 10th. Here he goes, great approach. So composed and a good style there as well. He lands it. That's exactly what Adam Means was looking for there. 22
meters right there. Great jump for Adam Means. Watch it out. An excellent ski jumping career. You know, he holds that Gene Ross Award already.
Yes, he does.
And I'm sure he wants to cap it off with a state championship here. And another Kennett jumper coming right up.
Sean Morgan here up next.
There's only 2 more Kennett jumpers, including Morgan. So these are 2 huge jumps for Kennett coming up.
And it might even be said, I'm pretty sure Evan Nichols went earlier. He was a Hanover jumper, so that's going to take one of the Hanover jumpers out of who they have left. Here we are now, though, Sean Morgan.
Good jump, solid jump there.
That's the first time I really heard a slap of the skis.
Well, snow's hardening up, you know, been landed on a couple times, getting fast in the track, so you can see them picking up some speed. Lane Smith coming up. Sunapee's second to last jumper right here. This will be his last ski jumping meet as well. A lot of seniors competing here tonight. Plays the trumpet.
The more you know. Tell you what, this PA announcer.
He knows everything.
Lane Smith, everybody, gets those skis up high. Great style there.
Good job by Lane Smith. 21
and
right
21
there.
meters.
And some excellent technique, too.
Everybody's really, really pushing on this third flight right now. Numbers are crucial. They're so much different than the first 2 flights.
Overall, you've been the best of everyone so far.
Yeah, if not, you know, everyone's had one of their best runs, it seems like. Like, no one walked away from this event so far feeling as though they didn't put out their best.
Yeah, and to mention that, Ethan Whitman hasn't had the best night so far. He still has another run to go. I would really him to put together a solid jump. It is his last jump of his career. And
that's what we're hoping for.
I would expect him to put together something special.
We're about to find out here shortly. Up now, Kurt Van Fleet, excuse me, of Concord. Kurt Van Fleet, everybody stepping up to the base here. And
decent jump right there, probably 17, 18 meters.
I'd say so. Seems about right. Seems like he didn't get enough speed coming off that. He may have been able to get a little bit farther had he have gotten some more speed.
18 meters right there for Van Fleet. And right now, Evan Nichols coming up for Hanover. Ethan Whitman waiting anxiously on deck. Nichols goes right away, quick.
Wow.
That was quite the jump right there.
Incredible, right from the get-go, you could tell. Sprung load, it was just incredible. He got so much higher right away than almost every other jumper that we've seen today. His height off that jump, incredible.
23.5 meters right there.
That'll
quite
do
the
it.
Jump.
Yeah.
All right, here he is, Ethan Whitman.
And Whitman of Plymouth.
Right there, that's what I'm talking about. Excellent jump by Ethan Whitman. Much better form right there. Ski's still a little wobbly, but much better than his first 2 runs.
His first 2 a little sketchy with, like you said, his style there. But you're right. On this last one, he definitely seemed like he composed himself a little bit more. And, you know, it came his third flight and he nailed it.
Yep, 20.5. Got above that 20-plus mark.
That's what we like to see,
That's
baby.
good. Great. Huge jump for Plymouth, too. They got to be pretty close with Kennett.
Most definitely. I can't wait to see the scores after this. We'll have to keep you posted on that, folks.
It's going to be interesting, not only for the national champion, but also this Gene Ross competition.
And up now, Zach GRZESIK of Kennett.
We're in the final 5 now.
Wow.
Ooh.
That was an impressive jump.
That was impressive. 25, maybe? 24.
Ooh.
They're getting
close. Quick on that. Yeah. No, that was absolutely perfect. Straight from top to bottom. His form at the top. And even the speed he picked up with that form. Spring-loaded jump was perfect.
24 right there with some great form. Zach Ross has his work cut out for him to try to reach that 25-meter mark.
Now it's Cam Somerton of Sunapee.
Sunapee's last jumper here.
4 total jumpers left, including Cam.
We're going to end with a bang, as Zach Ross will be the last one to go off. It's his night here tonight.
Cam Summerton, everybody.
Good
Got a lot of
right
distance
there.
on that one.
22-23, my guess.
I'd have to say 22 on that. Oh, 23.
Right there.
Elliot, you've got some pretty good eyes on your head there, buddy.
Feeling like Tony Romo out here, predicting play call.
No kidding, yo. I think ski jumping is your thing.
My thing? I wouldn't go that
ski
far.
Jumping, commentator of the year, Elliot Miller.
Thank you.
We'll make you go national.
I'm so honored.
Wait, you already are.
Oh,
nice.
I'm national. I feel so honored.
I love it. And here we are, Evan Bragg stepping up for Concord.
Final 3 here, Bragg. Great Nordic skier, one of the top in the state and in the nation for ski jumping as well.
Yeah.
It's quite the resume.
No kidding, huh?
Blondie, right.
Evan Blondie Bragg of Concord is everybody.
Decent jump, 19-20 meters.
Figure by now, these last couple of jumpers have got to be so frozen.
Oh, yeah. It's getting cold.
Yes.
20.5 right there for Bragg.
So to still keep that mental composure as well as keep the style down, you know?
Yeah.
They're doing a very good job, these end ski jumpers here. Evan Blondie Bragg doing a great job there. And up next, Mason Winter. His last name proved worthy in his last flight. And here's another one from him.
That was an excellent jump.
Very impressive. Mason Winter is happy with that one.
24.
That's another one.
And here he is, Zach Ross. Final one to end it. This will be his last jump.
Everyone here.
Career.
Everyone here right now has been here since the beginning, seen all 3 of his flights, and they let him know right now that full support of him.
He has potential to come away with 25 meters here with some great form, and he's going to go all out. You know, this is it for him. Off his grandfather's jump. This is going to be impressive. Fist bumping his teammates on his way down. Look for him to have a huge jump here.
Zachary Ross, everybody, getting the distance, but unfortunately, his skis come off there, and that looked a little dangerous.
He's okay, though. He seems to be fine. Skis did come off, took a little tumble there, but overall.
Skis actually came off. That may have been a second pair of skis that had just fallen. To me, it looked like his skis came off and went straight into the crowd there, but not bad. Not a bad jump. He went at it right away, full send, and that's exactly the kind of mentality that I would have had going into that. Zach Ross.
He had 24.5, you know.
He scored 24.5 on that.
24.5, longest.
Wow.
Ties the longest jump of tonight. So good job, Zach Ross, you know.
Congratulations to him and everybody else in today's national championship. It's been a fantastic one. And, you know, what do you have to say about the way that Plymouth and the other teams competed today? I was really impressed, you know, not only with the Bobcats, but really everyone in general. I mean, from top to bottom, we saw competitors go off on their first run, kind of hesitate a little nervous, getting the jitters out on that first run. And we saw their third run. No one under 12 meters, I believe. And, like, that's really impressive. To be able to prove that much through that little time, I was really impressed with that. And from Plymouth especially, you know, they have a huge group of seniors today, all competing. And I was impressed. Zach Ross, Holly Mason, Ethan Whitman, Cam Donnell, all improving throughout all of these runs. You know, saw Zach Ross right there, 24.5 meters. That's pretty incredible. Still got the distance, you know, that landing. Not as pretty as the rest of his jumps, but he did get the distance on that. And that should play a factor into his score, his total score there. Yep, Zach Ross didn't really go for the technique tonight. You know, I think he was going all out for distance. He wanted that record, but, you know, still his technique wasn't bad. It was decent. So really look for him to be in honor tonight, and I'm sure he'll be called up for the longest jump at the awards ceremony tonight. It's going to be fun to check out who the Gene Ross Award participant there is. Yeah, I forgot to bring that up. That was really impressive between Caleb Morse and Colin Roper. And, that's definitely battle. Felix Estes. That was quite the battle right there. And maybe a little bias here from me, but
I got to give it to Roper. I mean, the kid had an extreme height disadvantage right there, and his technique was incredible. It was, I would say, one of the best, if not the best, technique jumper tonight. And I was really impressed with the way that him, especially being a first-time jumper, how impromptu he looked tonight and how he looked like he'd been doing it for years.
Exactly.
And he looked like one of those seniors going off the jump who had been doing it for 4 years. So kudos to Roper. I would give it to him. Even though he didn't match the distances that Morse and ESTES put up, I still think that he should run away with that award. However, we have to wait and see who they'll give it to.
That's it. We're going to have to wait and see. So we'll be letting you guys know if we're going to be heading inside to find out the scoring soon, or if we're going to be putting up the scoring on a page right after we get off here. But as for me and Elliot Miller here, we're going to be signing off. Thank you for watching the NHIAA State/National Ski Jumping Championships.